In this video, I'm going to be telling you guys, giving you guys 20 healthy habits in 2024 to carry on to literally change your life, because I did this in 2023 and the jump and the improvement in my life, the growth was crazy. Let this be the last video that you watch on improving your self habits or becoming the better version of yourself or how to have a glow up. So starting off, the first thing that you're going to have to do is inner work. Like, I know this is boring, you don't want to do it, it seems a bit irrelevant, but sitting down, collecting your thoughts and having a conversation with yourself. Some people can do this through journaling, writing down, however the case may be. Nobody knows you better than you, okay? Remember, you're doing this for you, and it's something that nobody's gonna see. I feel like a lot of people, when we talk about self-care or becoming our best selves, we usually focus on habits like, oh, going to the gym, losing weight, becoming more attractive. The things that people can see. We don't really speak about the things that people can't see. And that the thing about becoming the best version of yourself or glowing up is that you can look your best on the outside and still feel like, you can still feel like really terrible on the inside. You can still feel like crap. So the first thing that I'd say is do inner work, learn how to read your inner child, heal your inner child. This is something that I'm going to be looking more into as well. Doing the inner work, recognizing your toxic habits, because I feel like a lot of us don't realize we have toxic habits. Like, you need to really learn how to look at yourself and see and understand that you're a flawed person, and that's okay, because you're a human being. Nobody's perfect. Look at your flaws and how you can improve them. That's where growth begins. That's where the real growth begins. Look at your flaws, how you can improve on them, and not how you can just blame your flaws on the life that you had or the life that you had growing up. Like, it's now time to create a lifestyle. A life is different from a lifestyle. A life is what you were presented with and how you were brought into this world. Like, that's how you were raised, for example. So you can't keep using your upbringing as a reason for your bad lifestyle, because it's now yours to create. You were given a life, but you have every and any right to create any lifestyle that you want. My second tip would be exercise. Like, I didn't used to exercise before. Like, I cannot even believe I'm sitting here telling people to exercise, apart from the fact that I was overweight and I wanted to lose weight. When I say exercise does something to your brain, like, I think I can think in 4K now. Like, my head is so clear. When you exercise, you not only strengthen your mind, but you strengthen your body. You're strengthening your bones. When you're older, as you get older, your bones get weaker. If you don't get your bones used to moving around all the time, by the time you're 30, 40, you're going to be dealing with joint pain, a bunch of unnecessary stuff. So if you want to really level up your life, give yourself a higher quality of life. I studied sciences at uni, and it's crazy to think the amount of diseases that, you know, exercise is a remedy for, or prevention for, or like, basically the amount of diseases that exercises can improve. And also, when you exercise, you feel stronger. For example, I'm a woman, I lift weights, I also do cardio. I do cardio to strengthen my heart, and I do weightlifting to strengthen my bones. I feel like, and the comment that I get the most from women, especially whenever I say on TikTok that I lift weight, they're like, oh, I'm so scared I'm gonna get bulky. Guys, like, you're not gonna get bulky. As a woman, to put on muscle is hard. Like, we don't have enough testosterone in our body to build muscle. To build muscle, you have to be eating a lot of protein with lifting very heavy weights. I don't even feel like a lot of us women who can't even lift yet, we probably can't even lift the weight of we can't even lift like the weight of weights, or we can't even lift the weights that you need to put on big muscles. Like, a lot of us that haven't been in the gym for so long, or if it's not something you're used to, 9 times out of 10 people, when they say, oh my gosh, I'm so scared with lifting, I don't want to gain muscle and look bulky, babe, you probably can't even pick up the weight. Like, I don't want to make fun of you, but same, I can't. Like, so I also used to think I'd get bulky, but literally no. I try to stick to like smaller weights, especially on my upper body as well, because as somebody whose body like genetically clings onto fat, like, I like to stick to like smaller weights for my upper body, and they work just fine. But for my lower body, because I want a more sculpted look, I don't mind being bigger on my lower body, because I already have wide hips, so I tend to like not mind doing heavier weights. But I can't even go that crazy for my body weight and the lifts that will make me very bulky in that area. Another thing is budgeting. Like, when I say budgeting saved my life, like, not spending money mindlessly or becoming more financially responsible, like, budgeting saved my life. Like, you don't realize how much money you spend on actual rubbish, like actual rubbish, errant nonsense. We don't realize how much money that we spend on it. Budgeting saved my life. I put aside money for everything, food, self-care, everything, because the amount of my money that used to just fly into thin air, and I'd be thinking like, what the hell, like I'm working so hard, I'm doing this, and the funny thing is, when I didn't use to budget, I really didn't think I was spending so much money until I went over my bank statement. I'm like, yeah, it was all me, like I did it myself. Yeah, so I definitely say go over your statements, figure out what is taking your money. Like, it's your money, you have your right to figure out what is taking it. And another thing that I say is direct your money towards health purposes or healthy habits. A lot of people always tell you, oh, gym is expensive, eating healthy is expensive, but you can spend that amount of money on alcohol, you can spend that amount of money on cigarettes, you can spend that amount of money on junk food. If you can order takeout every night, now the average takeout order, because of how expensive things are, if you can order takeout every night, average takeout order is about what? You can't even buy takeout less than £10 anymore. £10 a day, you're eating takeout 2-3 times a day, every day of the week, and you're telling me that you can't afford gym membership, you can't afford groceries, you can't afford to cook at home, but you can afford to have takeout every single day. It's just not giving. Even the unhealthy food has become expensive. Like, you literally can't even go anywhere or eat unhealthy food without spending like a good £15 to £20 a day these days. Okay, eating healthy is going to change your life. Like, I'm going to say changing my relationship with food, like not just eating healthy, but changing my relationship with food and how I view food changed my life. Like, I've achieved so much. Like, when people used to say that your eating habits are literally what you become or what you are, when I used to eat like literally rubbish, I'd be in bed all day, lazy, no energy, and it's not because I didn't want to do things. I was just too fatigued and too tired too. Why? Because I was treating my body like a dump. I used to make such horrible food decisions, like coupled with overeating, my food choices were just poor. Okay, eating so much sugar that after eating sugar I literally have energy crashes. Like, literally I have no energy after eating sugar or like eating certain unhealthy meals, having so much brain fog that I'm trying to concentrate and it's just not clicking. I'm not able to do anything. Sometimes you're not even lazy, your eating habits are just literally taking a toll on your body. So change your eating habits and see how much your energy levels improve, your gut health improves. Your gut health also is greatly linked to your mental health. Like, literally, I think I have to go like straight. I'd have to make a separate video on this because I will literally talk for hours and hours on this and why it's so important to eat healthier. I try to follow the 80-20% rule, but if you're not trying to gain or lose any weight, you can do 70-30. But I find that 80-20 is the perfect rule because it keeps a balance and it keeps me disciplined, because whether I'm trying to lose weight or gain weight, my body deserves to be nourished properly. So yeah, and it's also good for my brain, good for my stomach. I genuinely just feel great when I eat healthy food. I'm not gonna lie. If you have stuck to an unhealthy diet, like for the longest, it's gonna be hard to eat healthy food because, let's be honest, leafy greens don't taste as great as fried chicken. Let's be for real. Like, especially if you're on the beginning stages, like it's not gonna taste the same. Like, nobody should lie to you. That's just the truth about it. And there's so much disease, guys. Like, literally, I don't want to start talking about disease like cancers and stuff like that, but 12 years ago, it was 1 in 3 people that were more likely to get cancer in the population. Right now, it's 1 in 2 people, guys. Cancer is so rampant, and 90% of it is lifestyle. Like, don't get me wrong, there's genetic aspects. There's people who have never smoked a day in their life, drank a day in their life, and yet they have cancer at such a young age, which is unfortunate, but majority of the time you can prevent it with your lifestyle or prolong it with your lifestyle, because we already live in a world where there's intoxicants everywhere, there's toxins everywhere, there's viruses everywhere that can give us cancer. So yeah, another thing that I would say, keep your credits good. Like, I don't even have a credit card, but when I say your credit score, keep your credit good. Guys, stay away from things like Klarna and Afterpay. They are coming for you. Like, a lot of you want to be able to take out you wonder why you're not able to take out certain phone contracts in your name, or, you know, you're spending irresponsibly with Klarna and Afterpay now, and they tell you that they don't share your financial information with your banks or like with a credit agency, but that's a lie. When you want to buy a house and you're in so much debt to Klarna, how are you going to do it? If they send over your debt to, like, I don't even know what word to use, but just stay away from Klarna and things like that. And I just feel like being so impulsive to the point where you need Klarna to pay for something irresponsible like clothes or beauty services, things that are not necessities in life, being that financially irresponsible, it's not going to get you anywhere. It's not going to set you ahead. It's not going to set you ahead. It's not going to be good for you. It's not going to help you in any way. So stay away from things like Klarna and Afterpay. Like I've seen a couple of people telling me, oh, I can just pay for it on Klarna and Afterpay. Like, don't do that to yourself. Keep your credit good. Keep your bank, your credit history good. Like, there's really no need for that. Like, you're going to spend Klarna and Afterpay to pay for an outfit that you're going to wear at once, and then you're never going to want to pay again. Then you have to spend like 3 to 4 months paying back that money. Like, it's literally set up for you to fail. If you can't afford it there and then, or you can't afford it like to buy 3 of it, then leave it alone. I live by that rule. And also, impulsive buying, over consumption, overspending, especially on things like fast fashion, like, oh my gosh, that is something that I stopped doing. Like, when I was younger, I first had my first job, like, I used to go crazy on places like Shein. Now I look at those clothes in disgust, because girl, what the, like, they were not even nice clothes. They were just fashion and quick pieces. Like, I'm not here to sit here and shame fast fashion, because I'm not gonna lie, I love me a good fast fashion piece here and there, but it's not to the point where, like, you know, that's all I'm gonna be shopping and buying for myself. Like, no, take your time, buy clothes that fit your style. Stop hopping on every single trend and over consuming. You don't need 15 different blushes. You don't need 12 different foundations that look the exact same and work the exact same. Like, girl, no. Okay, I personally am a content creator, I'm an influencer. I will always be transparent. Like, sometimes I get sent stuff to try them out, but I don't go out of my way with my own money, and I try not to waste it. Whatever I don't use, I give out. I would not go out of my way with my own money and buy myself like 15 different foundations. Even if that money is in my bank account, it is just irresponsible, because why do I need 15 different foundations that do the exact same job for one face, and they're all going to expire eventually? Like, it's just not necessary. Another thing that I do is I participate in self-care. Like, I am so big on self-care. I'm so big on self-care. And when I mean self-care, I don't just mean your skincare. Yes, that's important, your hair, your nails, all of that, but taking care of myself, being intentional about the time that I spend with myself, like allowing myself some alone time to collect my thoughts is very important to me, because I am someone who, like, I always have to take care of everyone. Like, I'm the oldest daughter. I feel like I'm always responsible for everyone. So sometimes taking time out of my day to just chill and collect myself and just, like, you know, genuinely take care of myself. What are the things that I require right now, emotionally, mentally, etc. Other forms of self-care are reading books, doing things that I genuinely enjoy doing, and not because I want to do them, not because other people want to do them. And that brings me to my other point, being selfish. Okay, when I mean be selfish, I don't mean be greedy or be stingy. I mean, and yes, actually be stingy, but with things like your time. Yeah, things like your time is priceless. I say this, I never used to believe, because I always thought, like, oh please, like, time is free. Like, no, you're never going to be the age that you were again, so make the most of it. Every second. You can always get things like money back, but you cannot get your time back. Like, your time is actually precious, is actually so precious. Make sure that you're spending time with people who pour back into you. Make sure that you're spending time doing things that you love, things that benefit you, essentially. Make sure that you're not just giving away your time for nothing. Another thing that I will say is learn to say no. You don't have to say yes to everything. Like, learn to actually say no and stand on business. Like, if you've said you don't like something, don't go back on your word. Don't go back on your word. You don't need to say yes to every single outing, even though you can't afford it. You don't need to say yes to every single drink, even when you told yourself you're not going to drink so much. You don't have to say yes to the 3rd drink because you've already had 2 drinks and you know that's your limit. You don't have to say yes to going out to eat fast food when you know you're trying to cut back on your eating and you're trying to lose weight. You don't have to say yes just because you're afraid of saying no, or because you think you have to say yes. If you keep saying yes and being such a people pleaser, coming from a people pleaser, it's not going to get you anywhere, girl. Nowhere. It does not get you anywhere. It does not guarantee you anywhere. Those people are not going to like you anymore. They just think that you're easy. Like, that's the reality of it. And I noticed that people always know when you're a people pleaser. They always know when you're a people pleaser. They know when you would do anything for their validation. They know. People know. The thing that I would say is pour into yourself, girl. Like, be it self-care. I'm very big on self-care. Like, you know, I take pride in taking care of myself. I love to do my skincare. I love to do my makeup. Self-care can look like different things for different people. For me personally, my self-care forms are exercising, going to the gym, you know, having my room cleaned, doing my skincare, doing my hair myself, doing my nails, doing my makeup, doing my lashes. So prioritize self-care. In 2024, we're not playing about ourselves. We're not playing about our wellness. We're taking care of our health, our body, and our mind. If you're religious, pray. That's part of self-care, girl. Your relationship with your creator is important. If you're not if you're Christian, if you're religious, sorry, I made a mistake there. Another thing is be a man or woman of your word. And what do I mean by this? If you said you're gonna go gym today, make sure you go gym today. Don't skip the gym, because one thing I don't like is when people say they're gonna do something and they don't do it, or they don't follow through what they're doing. Okay, it's very like it just gives like, why should I, like, you know, believe what you have to say? Because it's all talk. Talk is so cheap. Anybody can talk, guys. Literally anybody can talk, but very few people can talk or say they're gonna do something and actually follow through with it. If you've already told yourself in the beginning of the year, oh, this year I'm standing on business, no unhealthy food, nothing, I'm not playing, why are you going back on your word and still going ahead to eat big back meals all the time? Why are you playing with yourself like that? Don't play about you. Be about you. Be a man or woman of your word. If you said 2024, I'm not slacking on my financial goals, I have to make this amount of money, go and apply your ideas. Stop procrastinating every single time. That brings me to my second idea, my second habit that you need to incorporate in your life for a healthy, you know, healthy change or whatever. Stop procrastinating. Procrastinating is holding you back. Like, instead of procrastinating, break your bigger dreams or goals down into smaller and more achievable or attainable goals to help you achieve your goals faster. Because when things look too big to achieve, they can put you off, but at the same time, when they look too little, they can also put you off. So find a balance in doing things that challenge you so that you can always achieve them. Procrastination will hold you back. Another thing that will hold you back is your fear of being perceived, or like being so scared of people perceiving you a certain way. You will never be free until you're authentically yourself. Like, no matter what anybody thinks, you will never ever be free until you're authentically yourself. So I would encourage anybody that's on their self-love journey, self-growth journey, wants to maintain healthy habits for 2024, be you unapologetically. Well, unless you have like some things about yourself that you don't like that you really want to change, but don't change your entire self. You can improve yourself and work on who you currently are, but don't try and copy another person's personality. Be about you and be who you are. And also stand your ground on your values, your morals, things that you solely believe in, because if you don't stand for something, then you fall for everything. If you can't stand on the fact that, oh, okay, I'm not going to do this, then that means you're going to fall for everything. You're going to be susceptible to all kinds of peer pressure that is not going to lead your life in the direction that you want it to go. The thing is, stop scrolling mindlessly and be aware of the content that you consume. I am guilty. I raise my hands up. I'm guilty. I need to reduce my screen time, especially since I'm a creator. It's really hard for me because I'm always editing. I need to keep up with my comment section. I need to sometimes I just be scrolling like without even realizing it. Sometimes I need to keep up with trends and see what's going on, but I really want to work on that. I need to find the balance between social media and real life. I want to really work on that. I feel like I spend so much time on social media sometimes that I'm disappointed in myself because I don't want to be addicted to my phone. So one thing that I'm going to be doing to implement or fix that is I'm going to read books, both fictional and non-fictional books, self-care books. I used to read a lot as a child before I even had a phone or had gadgets to play with. So that's another thing that I'm going to be doing. Like, if I'm not editing or I'm not just trying to quickly catch up, I want to be reading. So that's something that I need to work on. I'm being transparent here, girl. I feel like sometimes I'm a little addicted to my phone, like, and it's not cute. I don't like it. But yeah. The thing is that the right relationships, guys, the right relationships count. They will always be important. The right relationships just count. They're too important. Be that romantic, be that platonic. Stop being around people who drain you. Ask yourself, do you even want to be around this person? Like, do you genuinely enjoy their company? Like, be for real. So before you hang out with somebody, ask yourself, like, do you even like this person? Do you enjoy their company? How do you feel when they're on the way? How do you feel while you're with them? How do you feel after they've left? How would your life look like without this person? If you think your life will look better without somebody and you've been thinking like this for a while, it's time to pack up your stuff and go, girl. If you don't feel good after hanging out with them, it's time for them to go. Be that a relationship or a friendship. Yeah, and don't feel obligated to give people your time if you don't feel like they're worth your time. If they're not pouring back into you, don't feel like you need to do everything that they want, or you need to be in their presence. Be more selfish with your time, okay? Another thing that I will say: set standards in your friendships and relationships. Set standards in your friendship and relationships. Everybody has relationship standards. Oh, I want a boy that does this for me. I want a girl that's like this. How many of you have friendship standards? That's why you end up in the most horrible friendship situations. It's happened to me. I did not have friendship standards. Like, I used to just, anybody that was nice to me, we had a couple of interests, I would just jump into a friendship with them, pour all my energy into them. No more. I'm not doing that in 2024. I have my friendship standards, and I'm not talking crazy friendship standards, and it's not just because of things that have happened to me in the past, but because I'm in a phase of growth right now. I want to be around people who would teach me, like who I can learn from, people who I can grow with. That is what my friendship standards are. And also because as a human being, which bring me to my next point, having community. This is something that I currently am working on. Apart from my family and the few friends that I have, I would like to build like a proper community around me. As human beings, we're social beings. We should not be cooped up in the house all day and only getting our human interaction from social media. That's just not fair. And I know this can be difficult from people who already work from home and stuff like that. So I'd say this year I want to step out of my comfort zone a lot. Go out more, make more friends, but you know, not to the extent where I'm exerting myself and I'm just doing the most. Another thing is that I would do personally is take care of my sleep schedule. Taking care of my sleep schedule, that's become important to me now. It's now become a priority, because it's like, at this big age, why don't you have a sleep schedule? Like, just to make sure my hormones are regulated, my stress is regulated, and just, it makes me a better person. I feel more productive when I'm not waking up at 12 p.m. Like, I'm not saying you cannot be productive at 12 p.m, but I have like only 4 hours of daylight left. How am I going to be productive? It's just not attainable for me and my lifestyle personally. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, I'm going to make a part 2, but make sure you subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this video, and comment down below what you'd like to see, because not only does that help me know, like, you know, what you'd like to see next, it also helps me as a YouTuber. Make sure you like this video and subscribe if you enjoy watching this video, and check out a few of my other videos, because I have videos like this, and let me know what you want to see next. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a blessed 2024, and I hope you stay. But thank you guys for watching. Bye.